She's
Welcome, guys. We have our first doggo on the pod and, well, dog guest, I guess, and of course, Maiya with
Hi.
Akoya Skin. She is located in San Antonio, Texas. And I really wanted Maiya on the podcast because she's one of the first people I met, I think, reached out to when going to San Antonio. And I really went in with not really knowing a lot about the rules, like different just steps to open my business when I first moved and like got licensed and all that stuff. And she was really nice. A lot of, internet people aren't nice. And so we've just been friends ever since. Maiya has been practicing for how long now?
This will be my 9th year in October.
Wow,
Yeah, it's
nine
been a long
years.
time. Almost a
And
decade.
she's Wow. And she's also been rewarded Skin Script's Esthetician of the Month. Yay.
The month of March.
How long have you been with Skin Script?
I think I started with them in 2021. I looked the other
Okay.
day I went through my email and that's the first one I could find. It was like 2021. So yeah, about 5, 6 years now.
Wow. Wow. So tell me, like, what were you doing before becoming an SD? Like, how did you go from that role to transitioning to um going to aesthetic school?
So I started esthetician school when I was 21. So I was
Hmm.
kind of doing like random, things before that. I was working at a Mexican restaurant as a waitress and then transitioned randomly to like customer relations at a roofing company. And then at that time,
Mm.
my mom was engaged to this guy who owned a med spa. So that kind of like opened up. And my mom's always into skincare too. So I knew about it. But her,
Hmm.
having this guy that owned it, like opened up like a whole new world. And I was able to get like the ins and the outs, see the treatments. I've done like background work there before.
Hmm.
I don't know. I thought it was cool. And so I had this idea one
Yeah.
day, like, maybe I could do that. So
Yeah.
I just did it. I just went and I mean, I thought it was cool. It was a lot of fun and I mean, school wasn't fun, but like I thought the treatments were cool and then I learned, you can be a laser tech, you can do dermaplane, microneedling. When I found out about that, that opened up like
Hmm.
everything. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I just started
Nice.
focusing. Yeah.
I love that. So tell me, like, what do you think has changed the most from when you started your business till like now, 9 years later?
For me personally or for
Like
like the
business
industry as a whole?
wise. Um,
Oh, because
both.
I was gonna say business wise, I mean everything has changed for me. Because like I said, I was 21. I didn't know any solo estheticians. I knew that's what I wanted to do was go solo, but I didn't know a
Hmm.
single solo esthetician. I wasn't on
Wow.
Instagram like that, so I didn't even know that there was like a whole community, I guess, you know what I mean? And I did start going to like different small waxing studios, but even then the women were older. Now
Yeah.
obviously it's a lot of, I mean, it's a whole range, but I feel like now it's a lot of like younger 20s, just that are starting to open up practices. But back then, all I knew, I had like a 60-year-old esthetician at one point, like a 30 something year old esthetician with like kids. Like it was like a whole different, it was like a whole, I don't know, age group, different type of women that we don't see that now as often, I guess.
That's true,
So
actually. Yeah.
yeah, like now I don't know, it's honestly completely changed. But for me, I didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I was trying different things. Facebook was super popular then. So that's really how I built my business, just
Mhm.
pushing things out on Facebook. And that brought in like an older crowd, especially doing like the skin tightening. I had
Mhm.
probably like 40-year-old women to like 65-year-old women. And that was kind of what I was focusing on at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
then now I don't have the laser anymore. So I've really had to pivot to the younger crowd.
Mm.
I would say like 24 to probably 35 is like who I'm really trying to market to. Of course, I have women older than
Uh-huh.
that, and that's fine. But I feel like that's kind of who I'm focusing on now. Because
Mm.
that's like the new and upcoming girls that are looking for beauty services. They're more educated, I guess. You know what I mean? Like we're on TikTok,
Yeah.
we're on Instagram more. So that's
Mm-hmm.
who's going to see my content more these days. So honestly, I went from
Yeah.
like one end of the spectrum to like a completely different end of the spectrum within those like 8 years.
Wow. So, okay, at first you were marketing to the older ladies on Facebook, and then that
Mm-hmm.
journey just led you to, okay, we're gonna try and get a younger crowd on TikTok and Instagram
Yep, pretty
and
much.
go from
Yeah.
there. Wow.
Yeah.
Was marketing like this different? Like how has it changed for you? Like from
Oh,
switching the different platforms?
it's definitely different. On Facebook, you could just literally post like skin tightening, $150. Boom, boom, boom. Like everybody was gonna start coming in. Now you have to like make all the reels. You have to, you have to be a lot more present on social media. Like I never had to post
Hmm.
my face. I didn't have to post videos talking. People just, I guess, trusted the internet a little bit more in a sense. And like now
Yeah.
even me as a consumer, I want to kind of get to know you. Are we going to vibe? Do I like you? Are you putting out good work? So back then, I mean, it was like a lot easier to just bring people in. Whereas now you definitely got to put a little bit more effort in, which
I
I think is
agree
good
with that
though.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. I feel like if you don't want to be on social media, it's going to be like a big challenge in anyone's
Hmm.
business now. Just like any business I follow, not just our industry, other industries. Like you're on social media, like I see dentists on social media, like talking about teeth and,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Literally every business, any type is on
like
restaurants.
I'm trying to think, like even therapists will just, and
That's
then I
true.
find it
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. There's a lot on TikTok that are giving out advice and, couple
Yeah, because it's
therapy,
like,
I see.
I wonder why we're so like nervous now. We just have lost faith in humanity. We're just we're like
I mean, I
we have
kind
to
of
make
get why
sure.
though. There are some crazies out there. There's definitely some estheticians I probably wouldn't want to go to. Um,
You know what?
so
I was gonna say, I feel like at least for me, even if you put out like the most amazing work, if you're just like a bitch, I'm not coming back.
yeah, if you're just giving off a little mean girl vibe, yeah, I'm not probably gonna go. But I've also seen videos where they're waxing without gloves, and I'm like, you put that out there, you know? And I mean, maybe
Oh
the
yeah.
average consumer doesn't know that, but as an esthetician, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't go there. It's kind of unsanitary. Not kind of like it's unsanitary. So
Very,
I think the
very
video
no. I
is
see
good.
those.
You get to see that.
Yeah, and then even like doing laser without goggles too. I see that too.
Like who's the client's not wearing goggles?
Yeah, you haven't seen those?
No, that's crazy. Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm just on Instagram way too much too, and I'm just like looking at these horror these horror
Yeah.
stories.
Are they wearing the patches or their eyes are just like they're just closed?
Their eyes are just like
Oh,
free and
they're open?
yeah.
Oh
Oh
no,
yeah.
no, no, no.
I see
Mm-mm.
some oh yeah, I'm just like, bro, you're
Even
doing
as
an
a
IPL treatment.
consumer, yeah, even as a consumer, if I saw that, I'd be like, that don't look safe. I don't know. That's
But a lot of
scary.
people just don't know. So it's hard, you know? Like I
No,
know we
yeah,
think like how could you not know? But then some people really don't, and that's also concerning. Um
yeah.
but no, yeah,
A
I
lot of
do
people
think we
don't
have
really do a lot of research sometimes.
yeah, I know. And I know people say like, "Oh, I just go based on referrals," but it's like what if your friend also doesn't know any better? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true. Yeah. I would say, like, kind of bringing that up, I feel like my clientele is a little bit, or maybe my business is more geared towards people who do know, like, at least a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I guess
Mm,
being like more of like the correction based, like I would,
okay.
I mean, I don't mind educating new people, but sometimes it's a little harder to educate. Does that make sense? I don't know if that like
No,
makes
that
sense at
that
all.
that makes sense.
Because they're
Um,
like, why do I need to buy all these products? Like, I guess it seems like you're pushing more, like more salesy. Whereas somebody
yeah,
who has an idea, they're like, okay, she's pushing these products for, not pushing, but recommending for a reason. Like we're doing all these things for a reason. Whereas
right.
I don't even know if that makes sense actually, but
No,
yeah.
I get it. Um, do you have like a niche? Like I know you do a lot of anti-aging treatments, but is that like your target like clientele?
I think it used to be, but like when I had to pivot, now I'm focusing more on like barrier repair, texture, and I would say pigmentation. I've had a lot of pigmentation clients recently, um, but just correction as a whole for sure. Like I still do anti-aging. It's just going to be a
Mm-hmm.
little bit less now that I don't have that laser to do the skin tightening, you know?
Mm. So why did you stop lasering? I'm just curious.
The machine just gave out on me after 8 years. And I was like, well, the laws are changing. We're going to see how that goes. So I didn't want to purchase a new
That's
one and
true.
then might not even be able to like to do it. And then,
That's very, yeah.
I don't know. I kind of just like focusing on the other treatments I do. The Pro Cell, when I brought that in, I like to push people more to do that treatment than laser.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some more benefits to it. And I don't know, personally, I enjoy doing Pro Cell more than I enjoy doing the laser. So I just don't really,
Wow.
yeah, I just don't really feel the need to like buy a new one, I guess. Maybe I just got bored of it too. 8 years doing it, I got a little bored.
That's
So,
very true. That's really
mhm.
true. Honestly, I feel like we all, just any esthetician has their own like niche. Whereas they're like, okay, I'm like a medical ST. I do like laser treatments. Like this is what gives results. But I think
Mhm.
a lot of clients sometimes don't understand like there's multiple ways, to get results. It's not just
Yeah,
like having like the latest and the greatest laser. And I think
right.
sometimes we forget that for sure. And then me just going to all these conferences, I'm just like, oh, there are even more ways to do skin correction, like from
Yeah.
barrier
Yeah, there's
work
so
and
much on the
just,
market. It is hard to tell, like,
yeah, like honestly,
what's out there.
I think products have just gotten better too with time.
Mhm.
And we just learn we don't need like just intense treatments to get results,
Yeah, like bringing up
slow
the
and steady.
IPL. We don't need to be burning
Yeah,
skin off and yeah. There's like more
right, right.
safer, less downtime ways to get results, you know.
Agreed. Do you think there's any misconceptions with Estes wanting to open a med spa?
Misconceptions. Um, I think maybe people think it's easy to like
Uh-huh.
just because they on Instagram it does look easy. You know what I mean? We all look
Uh-huh.
like we know what we're doing. Hold up, hey. It looks like we just bring in clients like, we just show up and they show up too. But there's a lot more to it in the background, online, making sure that affording the bills too, you know what I mean? Like we don't just make all this money and I guess honestly bringing that up, that's probably the biggest misconception is that we're all just like racking it in. You know what I mean? Like a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
what we make goes towards the rent, the supplies. Like we don't take home the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I would definitely
Oh
say
yeah.
we're not making as much money as our treatments might cost, and it's not that easy. Like you have to put a lot of work in. You're on 24/7, especially in the beginning. If you're not responding quickly, they're going to move on and find somebody else. If you're not showing up on social media, nobody's going to see you.
Mm-hmm.
I just think there's a lot more that goes into it than maybe most people understand.
Uh, all of that. I don't think you missed a single thing. I'm just like, yeah. Like
I know, sorry, I kind of jump around and then when an idea comes up, I'm
no,
like,
no,
oh, that
it's
too, and this, and yeah.
no, it's I think there's different like pillars of a business, and what makes it work, what makes it, difficult at times. And it with social media, it's hard because things are just so instantaneous now. It's like, oh,
Right.
swipe, 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 find a provider, see these results. But then now it's like, okay, it's hard to trust people. And then you have to narrow your provider down because you're like, oh, did they edit their
Mhm.
results? Did they do
Right, and
this?
that's another thing. There's a lot of editing. A lot of the before and afters might be great, but they could be Photoshop. We don't know. You could have a little blurry
Yeah.
tool on there.
Yeah. It's scary
Yeah.
now with AI too.
Oh yeah,
But
AI
that's a
too. That's
whole another
true.
topic.
No, yeah, that's for a different day.
I feel like we could just like AI ourselves instead of doing like day in our lives, just like AI it. Be like, oh, this is what
God, that would
this is what I
honestly
did.
that would be kind of cool, but not good, but it would be cool to see, like what it
hmm
produces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I find it so funny. All right. Um, bum, 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 bum. Okay. Have there been like any like I guess quote unquote challenges for you along the way? Like just anything?
Challenges. This is maybe a little bit more personal, and maybe I shouldn't even say this, but I think at one point I got comfortable in like how busy I was and all the regular clientele that I had, that I kind of stepped back from marketing. And I mean, I think I definitely did get a little too comfortable to where once I guess things like politically were changing, I didn't really pivot with the change. I was just like, well, I'm so busy now, like I'm going to stop trying a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then I think that was kind of a downfall because as things in the world were
Oh,
changing, people were falling off. And then I was like, ooh, wait, hold on. Like, okay, I need to put some more energy back into this. Not that I wasn't putting energy into my clients, but like we're saying, the more
yeah.
like the marketing and the back end and like, okay, let me start like dressing more professional again. Like, let me not look as comfortable. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah. No, I
I
get
don't
it.
know. I think because I was on for so long, I wanted a break. And then I learned real quick, okay, maybe we shouldn't, we don't really need to take a break. We just got to like do it 24/7 and all the time, I
No,
guess.
that's really true. I no, I like I'm telling everyone, I'm like I've kind of taken a step back since my move because I would feel like I was
Mhm.
on it all the time. People were still telling me like, "Oh, I love your videos you posted," and I was like, "When?" like
Right,
like
right.
what videos? And I was like, "Oh, the ones I
Yeah.
used to post where I'm doing my routine and all that stuff." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll don't worry, we'll get back to it." But
It is a lot
um
though. Like wanting a break is valid. Like it's a whole lifestyle, at this point. Like it really is. And it does get
I
tiring,
know.
but you just gotta keep going.
Yeah, it's like we ride the waves of the business where we do get tired, and it's like we have every right to be too. I know Desiree
Mhm.
told me she plans out her content in advance and like schedules it and stuff. I am so unorganized. Like I wish I
You
could
know. You know
do it
what? I
like
give
three
her
months
a
out.
lot of credit though. That girl knows what she's doing. She puts in the work.
I
That's definitely
know.
somebody to look up to. Cause me, I'm like,
Yes.
with my content, it just comes and I do it. I don't plan it. Like if my hair is sitting the right way that day, I'm like, maybe I should do a video, and then I'll make like a day of my life. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I could schedule it like that, but I
No, yeah.
respect it.
I feel like I should maybe plan some, but others I just want them to feel like natural and organic, you know?
No, that
So
makes
it
sense.
just it feels more natural when we just, don't schedule when I don't schedule it.
Yeah.
Um, but that's just me. Um,
No, I get that. Also, I don't know, that day, what if I just don't feel like doing it? You know?
yeah. No,
Like
yeah.
I don't want
It's
to push
hard when
myself. And,
it's hard when you don't have anyone to answer to, right? When you're the boss, you're like, "Oh, we
Mhm.
could just
We can
we
push
can
that for
schedule
another
it for
day.
another day."
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. So how do your clients like Emmy being at the spa?
They honestly, I think that helped a lot, like having her there.
Really?
People love seeing her. When I was nervous
Oh.
at first to see like the response, because I was like, I don't know if it's gonna look weird, if they're gonna, feel uncomfortable. I mean, I've had a few clients who I do put it in my form. I should say that. I put it in my intake form. Are you dog friendly? She
Mhm.
is hypoallergenic. She does like to greet you. And if they say no, I don't take her. But I've only had literally, I think, 3 people since I've
Bah.
been bringing her in say no. And that's fine. I respect it. But everybody else, like my regulars, love her. When I don't bring her, they are like, oh, like where is she? I wish you could have brought her. I get, can she lay with
Oh.
me? Like she makes me feel comfortable. She makes me relaxed, which
Oh.
I think is great. Like I think it makes people feel more comfortable coming in because you get kind of out of your anxiety a little bit. Like you get excited and you pet her before the treatment. And then, it just, I think it relaxes people and they kind of open up a little bit more or they start asking questions about her and then we kind of build like a bond that way, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
so I think she adds a lot to the treatment room, honestly. And then it's really fun for clients to hear her snore. She'll lay in the little chair next to us and she'll be snoring and people, I don't know, people enjoy it. So, and I enjoy it too.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like a little company for me too. But yeah, people
Oh,
bring
no.
her treats. They give her a lot of love. Like, it's cool. I think it's cool. People like the content on Instagram too. So,
Oh, that's so sweet. I know. I love businesses that have dogs in it. Like I think I do feel a lot more comfortable and I've heard people say that too. Like even just other therapists that have therapy dogs and just
hmm
other industries do incorporate dogs and I agree with it. When I see buildings that say like no dogs allowed, I'm like, hate
yeah,
you.
right. You're like, do I want to
um
go there? And then
I
even
know,
like
I'm like,
cats are cool too, like in bookshops or like bodegas.
mhm.
Like, I don't know. It's fun. It's different to see. Or like bar cats. I think that's pretty fun too. You know.
Yes. Yes, for
Just
sure.
adds a little fun to the mix.
Yes. Okay, so wrap things up a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, what is your best advice to anyone who wants to like be in your shoes and wants to, leave whatever other field they're in, they want to open a spa? Like what would your advice be?
I would say just go all in. Just, kind of do a little bit of research, but maybe look up different girls on Instagram, like kind of get an idea of what content they're pushing out first. Do your research on the tools and the bed and the supplies, find out what products you want to do, and then just do it. Just be confident, go for it. I mean, have fun with
Hmm.
it too and be yourself for sure. Like don't, when I say go look at these girls, don't like copy exactly what they're doing, but get inspiration. I get a lot of inspiration from other
Yes.
estheticians and then just make it my own. So that's
Yes, and give
definitely,
credit.
yeah, give credit where credit is due for sure.
Hmm.
um but yeah, I would just say do your research, be yourself, and just have fun with it and just be ready to put in the work. But I mean, it's worth it. It's worth, the whole lifestyle is fun. I love being an esthetician, a solo one, especially brings a lot of freedom. So I recommend it to anybody who's willing to do it. It's
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Now, here are my random questions. You're the first person I'm doing it with.
Okay.
Your go-to Starbucks order.
Um, I don't go to Starbucks anymore. So
Oh, okay. What's your go-to
okay.
like drink of choice?
Yes, okay, we'll do that. A hot matcha. I
Yeah.
actually I'm kind of learning. I like more of like a savory flavor. So I like more like Earl
Mm.
Grey, pistachio, but definitely a hot matcha, almond milk, a good flavor. That's my
Oh
go-to.
my gosh. That sounds that sounds really good right now.
I know,
Um,
right?
how do you like start your day every morning? Are there any anything you do just like I don't know, just anything?
I have very kind of a strict, not strict, but I have a routine for sure. I get up, I make my hot matcha. I make the syrups at home, so I make a hot matcha every single
Ooh.
morning. I get ready, and then I make my breakfast, which I eat like the same thing every day, pretty much too, kind of different variations. And then I have all these animals, so I feed them. I take her out, and then usually, go about my day, go to work, do
Hmm.
whatever else. It is a little structured. Obviously, I'm not like
Yeah,
super OCD about it, but that's definitely like the steps of every morning.
love that. Any skincare trends that you want to just die
Mm.
or disappear?
Um, the beef tallow for
Oh,
sure.
please. Please, God.
I have some clients who, come in using it, and I don't judge people, but I'm like,
Right.
ooh, like please don't do that. I don't know. And then when I see it at the store too, I'm like, I know people are buying that and just slathering it on their face. And I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, I saw I was gonna say I saw like wax at CVS. I was like, what? When did they start selling wax? Like what? Wax
Mhm.
beads?
They
Like, are
sell
you kidding me?
everything. You can DIY whatever. And then talking about that, those tinkle razors, if we could just like
Oh,
discontinue those, like that would be cool. So
100%
just,
agree.
I think just, yeah, DIY skincare period.
Yes. Okay. And if you weren't an esthetician, what else would you be doing?
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. It's funny you mentioned that because my boyfriend asked me last night, like, if this wasn't to work out, like, do you have a plan B? And I'm like, no. Like, I don't. This is what, you know, I think this is kind of my calling, and I got to make it work no matter what. Like, I don't see myself doing something else.
No, that's a
I
good
think bringing
answer.
him up, like as a couple, I think, he bakes and stuff, and I know how to make coffee and the matchas. So I think if I wasn't doing this, it would be because me and him are opening up like a little Mexican bakery slash coffee shop. But other than that,
Ooh,
mm-hmm.
I love that. I know my husband's super into like coffee too. We love like just going to different coffee shops. We just
Yeah,
feel
that's
so
what,
peaceful and just like calm. I don't know. And
yeah, it's fun.
we're both coffee slash matcha drinkers. More so matcha now, but we still like go to coffee shops, obviously.
I love that
For
he does
them.
try the matcha because my dude like will not try matcha at all.
Okay, so I think that's how Tyler was. That's how Tyler was with hot matcha, but he loves
Hmm.
iced, and so do I. I think they just make such good matcha certain places, and they have like fun like flavor
Hmm.
variations, and
I
I just think it's
know.
so good. It's so
And
good.
I think there's that misconception that like it tastes like grass, and
Oh,
it
I wouldn't be
doesn't.
drinking it if it tastes like grass.
I just think that that's like a low grade that they're like, the matcha powder is just like a low quality. Because,
Right.
yeah, I've never had it taste like grass.
No, I've had bad matcha before. That did taste like dirt.
Well,
But
what I
that
learned is if they burn the matcha, it tastes like super bitter. So if they're not making it
right.
right, that's also the problem.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I will stalk a coffee shop's Instagram and just make sure
Hmm.
their matcha's like that greenish blue and not like
Yes,
a
yeah.
not that like yellowy green just to make sure it's
Yeah, make sure that they know what they're doing. I also
it
am kind
looks
of
yeah.
stuck up. I love a homemade syrup. If I see that you have like,
Mm.
what is it, like the Torini or whatever that brand is, I'm gonna leave. Or I'm just not gonna go. I'm so
We have
serious.
found
We went to this
one.
one in town and I saw all their
Yeah,
bottles. I looked at him and we were like,
let's
so we
leave.
just left. Yeah, we just left the line. Hmm.
That's funny. We have found a coffee shop here that makes their own syrups and it's oh my gosh. I
It
get
makes a
lavender matcha.
difference.
Yeah, and it tastes so good. So
Yeah, that
good. Like
sounds good.
all their drinks are so freaking good there.
Hmm.
Um, but okay, where can people find you to follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, well, anywhere, and Facebook, at Akoya Skin. And
Mhm.
yeah, I post on all three. You can find me on Google. Come on in. Come see me.
Yay! Okay, thank you so much for being on Local Beauty. I
Yes.
appreciate our time today.
No, thanks for
And thank you
having me.
guys. Yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.